Yo, what's up? It's the bad boy Alex. And here on YouTube, make some fun, interesting YouTube videos today. Now, I told you, a lot of these videos will be on location, but today's video is a special sex talk. I think this might be Sex Talk episode 59 or episode 60. I'll check the catalog. You know, I made a lot of videos at this point on my new YouTube channel. And we're going to continue to help you guys. Because I know a lot of you men just don't understand women in 2019. And they said it was supposed to rain tomorrow, but, you know, weather's sometimes unpredictable. Anyway, in case how, today's topic is going to be called, Don't Ask for a Woman to Become the Freak, and then run away when the freak becomes too much to handle. Because I've noticed a lot of guys have been bitching and complaining on YouTube, and everyone's made their own version of the cock carousel. I've already made a series on it, and I guess I decided, hell, why not make a video on what is it with guys saying I want to see a woman's true nature, her true colors, and then when she shows and reveals to you, you guys run away like it's a murder mystery. You know, I've said it before. Girls with tattoos and piercings, that's just one variation of a girl being a freak. You know, them having too much sex and having a lot of, I already described that, that's like ice cream for women. But some guys understand it, and there's some guys that just don't want to understand. And, you know, that's what we're going to talk about in these videos today now, aren't we? Yeah, there's a reason why I call myself the bad boy Alex. That's 8100 bad boy effect. Let me say it again. That's 8100 bad boy effect. I promise you, I will make sure that all the girls at your job will talk about you on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by the end of the year, and we'll promise that we'll get some girl to like you. That's 8100 bad boy effect. Now, back to the damn video. It takes a while for this video not to cut off, so yay, we might get lucky. Now, what most men need to understand is you need to stop looking at movies and television shows as women are innocent. About 80% of women want you to think they're this nice little innocent angel that you see in these romantic comedies, the Walt Disney cartoons. And I know that a lot of you guys go to high school and college thinking that when you get to high school, you're going to finally meet the girl of your dreams. 4 years goes by, nothing happens. You graduate, you go to college, you get 4 years in college, and again you assume you're going to find a girl that's an angel. Not in today's social media age will you ever find a girl that's an angel. And a lot of guys need to stop looking at these movies and these television shows and start going to the library and start picking up these books and start understanding the math and the science on why you're having a hard time getting laid. See, it ain't just because women judge a book by its cover with looks. Now, I'm about to tell you something on why the woman shows the freak, you know, the hoe, the whore, whatever you want to call it, thoughts. You know, now that's the word we're using now. It's a thought. She's a thought. Back when I was in high school, they used to say she's a flip. You know, a flip was a nice way of saying 1 minute she was your girl, and then the next minute she was somebody else's girlfriend. So they would say flip. They would say a whore, a slut, a slore. You know, you heard Solo TV 84 say slore. You know, a Jezebel, etc. Anything you can think of, it's all the same shit. No matter if you give it 50 names or 100 names, it's the same bullshit by the end of the day. So it don't matter if you say she a hoe, a hooker, a prostitute, she a skank, she a slut. Doesn't matter what you say, it's the same shit. You know, you can go buy you some ice cream and slap your name on it and call it Jamie's or Billy's ice cream. By the end of the day, it's the same flavor of ice cream no matter who slaps their name on it. So it's the same shit. Now, what most men need to understand is that the reason why women don't want to get sexual or perverted or freaky with most men that are beta males It's simply because they can't handle the reality that if the girls had sex with 2 guys, 3 guys, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys. And there are some special cases where girls had sex with 15, 20 guys in a 10-year period. In 10 years, that girl could have sex with anywhere between 5 to 10 men. And that's just minimum. Maximum, it could be 15 to 20 men. Now, some might argue 25 to 30. I'm just giving you basic numbers. You know, this ain't Dragon Ball Z where the numbers just go insanely crazy. So I'm sticking with basic numbers so that way people can have a basic understanding of where I'm going in this video. Now, about 80 to 85% of the time, most women are afraid to tell a man how they honestly feel sexually. Because if a woman has to open her mouth and tell you, I want a big, hard McDonald's McLovin, you know, up my hamburger, some men might look at that as nasty and disgusting. And when she keeps telling men about her crazy sexual fantasies, a lot of the men can't handle them. A woman will say, I want to have sex with 2 men, 3 men. I want to have sex with 4 men. And as soon as they hear the word, I want to have sex with multiple men, most men are like, I ain't with that program. But you got some men that are hypocrites. Because you got some men that will say, I want to have sex with 2 women, 3 women, 4 women. So it's okay that it's your sexual fantasy, but when the woman has a sexual fantasy, it's nasty and she's a hoe. No, it's fair and partial. It's 50-50. If a woman say she want a thug, a lot of guys go, why you want a criminal? Why you want a guy that robs banks, beats up women and children, and instills fear in the people? And when the woman actually turns the sexual fantasy into a reality, a lot of guys don't understand that. Like, why women want to give into their primal animal nature. And this is why women go after guys that play basketball, football, baseball, guys that do boxing, mixed martial arts, guys that are rich and famous. Because she can't deal with guys that are scared. And when a woman sees that you're shy, and I've already said this in old YouTube videos on my old channel, and I guess I'm going to bring it up on my new channel, is that if a woman finds out that you're terrified at the fact that she's got 6 to 12 tattoos and body piercings, and she likes to, you know, put the weave in her hair and get the hoochie mama fingernails, and you don't like that or you find that uncomfortable, well, what can she do around you? If she likes smoking cigarettes, if she likes smoking weed, if she likes drinking alcohol, and she likes to go to all the parties, well, she can't do none of those things around you 85, 90% of the time because she knows you're scared and you're terrified at the fact that it's not normal behavior to you, but it's normal behavior to her. Like smoking and drinking and doing drugs, it's normal to her. Her having sex with 2 men, 3 men, 4 men, it's normal to her. But to you, it's not normal. But you as a man have sexual fantasies. You as a man have needs. Now, I'm not trying to stick up for women in any shape or form. You know this is a man's channel for men only. I'm just making a case saying that the reason why most men don't get laid 80 to 85% of the time is because a lot of guys talk a good game, but then when the girl says, oh, really, you think you can hang with me in the bed, they find out firsthand that they can't. And I'm here to tell you the signs and how you can tell you're messing with a girl that is too sexually experienced and how you can tell. Sign number 1, and this is something that happens to all men. High school, college, work, the gym, this happens all the time. And most guys don't want to take a look in the mirror that they're a victim of it, but it happens. Whenever a girl is on her cell phone, whether it may be at work, whether it may be at the gym, the mall, wherever she may be, you'll always hear a girl say, whatever you do, don't go tell that guy what it is I've done. And I'm going to tell you how you can tell that the girl will go have sex with guys that you can't even begin to imagine. But then when it's 10 years later, 15 years later, 20 years later, or in some extreme cases, 25 to 30 years later, these women all of a sudden decide they want to like you all of a sudden. They know you like her, so, you know, and I've been in some situations in the past where some girls would do that. You know, they would go to Los Angeles. I know this one black girl that was light-skinned, 6 feet tall, big breasts, big booty, ghetto, light-skinned black girl, tattoos, piercings. I mean, a lot of guys would try to smash that the minute they saw her. And she would travel back and forth between Los Angeles and Chicago. Problem with that was she would go to Chicago and have sex with 2 men, 3 men, 4 men, and they were all criminals. And then come back to Los Angeles to go to school. She had a job in Los Angeles, and she had an apartment in Los Angeles. She had family in Los Angeles. But her grandparents lived in Chicago. It's because she's originally from Chicago. And I didn't see this girl for about 7 years. All of a sudden, 7 or 8 years later, I'm like 28, 29 years old, I see her back in Los Angeles. I recognize her because she's light-skinned, she's 6 feet tall, but she has a little girl, and she still was dressing slutty. And what I've noticed was she still found me physically, sexually attractive. And had I had a house and a car, I probably could have smashed that back when I first met her in college. Because she was already cheating on her boyfriend, and she was trying to, get my attention, except for one problem. I have a policy. I don't fuck with women who have kids. You have a kid, I gotta fucking reject you. I mean, doesn't matter if you're a black woman, a white woman, a Mexican woman, an Asian woman. Doesn't matter if you're mixed. Doesn't matter if you're a foreign woman. You gotta get fucking rejected by the bad boy because I don't tolerate ignorant behavior. That means you can't reject me in high school and college or at work or at the gym, and then when it's 10 years later, you come back to me with a kid. Because that's disrespectful. And then I have to do things that are disrespectful back in return, such as a pump and a dump. And I already made a YouTube video on my old YouTube channel, which was a 30 to 32 minute video giving you 5 to 10 reasons on why men do what they do to women when these types of women think they can come back to you after all this time has passed by. Now, if a girl say, don't tell Jimmy or don't tell Billy what I have done, that is the first sign that you're dealing with a woman that is a freak. That means there's an 80 to 85% chance that she's had sex with 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys. And you will never know that because all her friends, all her girlfriends that she go to work with are sworn to secrecy. They don't want you to find out that she's like that. They know she's like that, but you don't. Because you like her, you have a crush on her, you respect women. And I'm not saying you should not respect women or you should disrespect women. What I'm saying is about 80% of men are unaware of that the girl they have a crush on it, the girl they like, does this type of behavior. And then when you find out the truth, there's 2 things that happen when you find out the truth. One, most guys either run away or hide because they can't handle the fact that they've been told their whole entire life that when they, when you go to high school and you go to college, all you gotta do is do the right thing and, a woman will come to you. And when you do all of that and it doesn't happen, you start to wonder, have you been told the right information, the wrong information? Have you been lied? Turns out you've been lied to your whole entire life if you're a man. And you won't know that you've been lied to until you get about 25, 26, 27, 28, all the way up to 30 years old. That's when you'll find out they've lied to you for years about how stuff's supposed to go in life. So when you get out of high school and you get out of college and you get into the real world, and you find out that all the stuff they taught you and showed you was all a lie, you become disillusioned, disenfranchised. Or in this case, some guys will go midtown. And the first sign that you know that a girl's a freak is when a girl will say, "Don't tell him." You know, and then the second sign that you can tell you're dealing with a girl that's a freak, it's when you are at a nightclub or the bar, you're hanging out with a group of guys, and someone cracks a joke and say, "So, you like such and such, huh?" As soon as you hear that word, "so," that's a nice way of indicating to you, I know something that you don't. And then usually the guy who tries to ask you why you like her, why don't you go like another girl? He won't tell you because it'll break your heart and it'll hurt your feelings, but there's a good chance he either knows the guy that smashed her or he's one of the guys that takes part in the gangbang of smashing her. And he's trying to talk you out of liking her and like someone else because this one ain't gonna be your girlfriend. This one's not gonna be your wife. This is gonna be someone that's gonna disappoint you, break your heart, and hurt your feelings. And it's going to be hard for you to get past the emotions when you find out that all the guys know the secret, but you don't. Because they all know her hangout spot. They know the nightclubs. They know the bars. They know where she hang out at on Friday nights, on Saturday nights. You come to church on Sunday and see her, well, I'm just telling you if you go to church. Now, if she don't go to church, then the only time you see her is at work. And when you see that they got pictures of people that they hang out at work, you know, things of that nature. So that's sign number 2. Sign number 3, that she's a freak. Whenever you say, let's go hang out, let's go to the movies, let's go to the mall, let's get to know each other on a personal level. And I've talked about this too many times on this channel, and including my old YouTube channels. As soon as she go, I don't think that's a good idea. As soon as she say, I don't think that's a good idea, or I'm busy, you are going to end up having to realize, what every man who doesn't realize this, is that it ain't just because she have a boyfriend. That's one reason why she doing it. But that's not number one. The number one reason is she knows too many guys in the areas that she hangs out. Because she's basically fucked all of them. So she wouldn't risk hanging out with you, and then she takes you to a bar that she hangs out at, and then people find out, oh, so that's the new guy that she's fucking. And they won't say it with their mouth like I'm saying to you, but they'll have that look of, so that's the new guy she's going to screw. And the new guy doesn't realize other guys have already fucked her. You know, he thinking that's going to be his girlfriend or his wife or whatever, but he doesn't seem to realize that she's taking him on a, what they call, what was it they call it in the 90s when I was a kid? An emotional roller coaster. Because he thinks that he's going to get his share of apple pie. But what he doesn't realize is she's, you know, she's out there. You know, she's got a reputation for being a slut. So that's sign number 3. Sign number 4 is she embarrassed and publicly fucking humiliates you in front of all her friends and co-workers at work or at the gym, because she didn't want you to find out her little dirty secret, because you weren't never supposed to find out that she's a freak. The thing was, you were supposed to be naive, you know, fucking stupid or whatever, and that's a consequence. So she has to give you a consequence, and the consequence that she give you for doing the shit is she don't talk to you for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or 2 months or whatever. Or if you're at work, and trust me, I know something about this one. The girl will go to H&R and complain that you done something inappropriate, knowing you haven't done shit, but will go do it anyway. And you know why they do the shit? Because you were never supposed to find out her dirty secret, whether it's she got tattoos and inappropriate body parts. And you might say that's bullshit because whenever it's a basketball player or a football player, she shows off all her tattoos. Well, the reason why the woman does that with guys like that is because the girl can trust the guy that he's not going to go, oh my God, she's a freak. if the girl doesn't wear any panties or no bra, which brings me to sign number 5, I guess. She doesn't wear no panties and no bra. And she make it obvious that she don't wear no panties and no bra, and she want to see, does this turn you on? Does this turn you off? Does this scare the shit out of you? That's basically what the fuck they do that for. They want to see if you're terrified. Because you be in there talking about, I'm the man, and go be like, oh, you say you the man. All right, we're going to find out if you are the man. Which brings us to side number 6. If she always keeps hanging around with this one guy, well, that might be a strong indication that that's probably the alpha male, and he's probably already fucked that 4 or 5 times. You probably won't know until he has to give you that look. Why you keep talking to my woman like that? Why you keep trying to ask for my woman's phone number when she told you no? You won't know until the alpha male has to kind of, whoop your ass, and then you find out the terrible truth. Now, some alphas, what a lot of alphas start doing is, they know since a lot of you don't get no pussy, since they know y'all don't get laid, what a lot of alpha males start doing is they start letting you talk to their girlfriend because they know you don't have a girlfriend. Now, I'm not saying they're going to let you fuck their woman because they'll beat your ass. What I'm saying is they start letting you talk to your woman because they know you got a problem. They know you, when you go home from work, when you leave from work to come home, they know you don't have no one to talk to. So what they do is, they do this thing called a pass, which I'm going to make a video about that to help you guys out. When to give a girl a pass, when a girl not to give a pass. What they do is they give a guy a pass. Okay, just this one fucking time, I guess he can try to hit on my girlfriend. Not like he gonna really get the pussy, no way. So a lot of guys feel like, well, you're never gonna get it, so yeah, why not let him talk to my woman? He ain't gonna get no ass, no way. So yeah, let him go ahead and talk to her. It's not like he got a chance anyway. It's like you come off the bench playing basketball and the team, Golden State Warriors blew the team out by 30 points. Yeah, let them go score 10 or 15 points. It's okay. They do something like that. It's like a basketball team. Like all the stars have already scored their points, and you come off the bench and you score your nice little 10 points. You feel good about yourself. They kind of let you do that as a nice mercy, because you're really not understanding why my girl don't like you. So that's side number 6. Side number 7 is when the girl tells you in front of other people that she got either fucked by 2 guys, 3 guys, or 4 guys, or she got gangbanged. Or the guy took her in the bathroom and humped on her in the bathroom, or they screwed on the football field, or whatever it is that she's into. And the reason why that's number 7, the reason why the girl brags about that in front of the guy, is to embarrass, humiliate, and hurt the guy's feelings to see if she can get some type of reaction out of him. I already made a video about what happens when women want a reaction out of you. And the woman will do that to see if you are, again, scared, or if you're going to man up. Usually that's to make you man up. Now, did I explain the 7 signs on how you can tell a girl's a freak? Let's talk about what can you do when this actually happens. I'm going to take a page out of professional wrestlers Triple H's book in a storyline of him wrestling Batista before WrestleMania 21 ever started off. I mean, they're going to fight again at WrestleMania anyway, so it's perfect for me to use this video. Triple H said that there's 2 things that happens to a man. You can injure an animal, and the animal will be scared and terrified and will follow the rules of order. Or it can become more dangerous much later. You know what happens to a guy when he gets embarrassed, humiliated, teased, and laughed at by women? In high school, he gets to college, the same cycle repeats itself. He goes to work, and the cycle repeats itself again 3 times. You know what happens to that guy? I'll spell it out for you. He eventually becomes a P-L-A-Y-E-R. Did I just spell the word player? He eventually becomes a player. All the guys that you see that get all the hot chicks now, Though is a result of guys that got their feelings and their heart broken so many times in high school and college that by the time they got into the real world, they talked to girls, but then when the girl found out that he had sex with another girl, he didn't really seem to care if she found out about it. Now, some girls will get revenge on you by playing mind games for you doing it, but then some guys don't care because if the girl gonna treat me like crap anyway, then why should I be terrified? That's what happens to a guy. He becomes a player. If you don't become a player, then he becomes a bad boy. But he usually becomes one of the two, a player or a bad boy. He either accepts the reality that this is how some women are, and basically it's a nice montage to the movie The Predators. Remember in Predators when Lawrence Fishburne said in the movie that whenever a predator got defeated in combat, that the predator found that fascinating, and then it would just go back and train, and then become a more proficient killer? Well, once the guy gets rejected so many times by women, he just becomes a more efficient person because now he adapts to all those situations. So if a girl says, I'm going to get some more tattoos and piercings, the reason why she's saying it loud is because she wants you to hear it. Like, she'll say to herself, I'm going to be a hoe, I'm going to be a whore, because I want to get that reaction out of you. And then some girls will be bold enough to kiss a man in front of you. Some girls will even take it to the extremes of, let's go videotape our sex and send it to the guy that has a crush on me, and I want to see his reaction. And then if the girl can't get no reaction out of you, one or two things. Either she gets pissed off because she ain't getting a reaction out of you, or she realizes that she's messing with a player, and the player has dealt with this type of situation 10 times before, so he's used to it. And the girl don't want you to be used to it, the girl wants you to be terrified. But the reason why the guy don't become terrified is because the guy figures out, I'm not going to do that. So I'm trying to explain to you how this works. And the moral of the video is, don't ask for a woman to become a freak in the bedroom if you can't handle the freak when the freak comes out. See, when women go mess with guys that are basketball players, football players, guys that are thugs, it's because they bring the freak out in the woman. And they can handle it. They don't go, oh my gosh, she's nasty, she a freak. The guys who never dated women their entire life, guys who have never had sex with women in their entire lives, those are the guys who run away and hide when the freak come out. It's like a horror movie. You ever seen when Jason Voorhees takes his mask off and people run? Or when Michael Myers takes his mask off? Well, when the woman does reveal that she a freak, then you guys run away, and then you guys, some of these midtowns will go on there and complain about she got all these tattoos. Well, hey, you say you wanted a girl that's sexy. Now you got girls with tattoos. So you get women that have 6 to 12 tattoos, body piercings, and decide to have, red hair or blue hair, and then you find out they into, having sex with 2 men, 3 men, 4 men, or they want to get banged on the football field. Then when you find out she a freak, you don't know how to handle that. And then the reason why she don't want to hang out with you in public is because to her, if you ain't really handle her primal nature, I know some guys gonna say you don't like that, but then that's why 80 to 80% of men don't get laid. That's why a lot of men go 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year not getting laid. Then 2 years go by, then 5 years, and then it's 10 years later, 15 years later, 20 years later, that the same cycle repeats itself over and over and over again. Instead of letting this happen to you, you can go to the library and read some romance novels on how to stop the cycle from continuing. So you don't become that, midtown, or I won't even say midtown.
you won't become that, Elliot Rodgers guy that picks up a gun and decides he want to justify his rage by taking it out on innocent people when all he had to do was sit down and take a nice look in the mirror. That part of the problem wasn't them, part of the problem is themselves. But nobody in today's society don't want to blame themselves. They want to blame something or someone for their failures and fuck-ups. So until then, peace.